Okay, we want to use the vertex hk and a point on a graph xy to find the general form of the equation of the quadratic function. Okay, so let's recall what the general form of the function is. So the general form is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. But we do want to use the standard form to then convert it into the general form. So let's first start out by using the standard form here. Okay, so what do we know about the standard form? Well, before we figure out what it looks like in standard form, we're going to look at what's given here. Okay, and so again, standard form is f of x, which is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, so in our problem, we know that h is equal to -4. We know that k is equal to -1. Okay, we also know that the value of x in our coordinate is -7. And we know that f of x, which is the output, is equal to 8. So now what we can do is we can plug all this information in to find the value of a. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this function f of x, which is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. So what do we know? We know the value of f of x, which is the same thing as y. The y value is equal to 8. Okay, we're looking for a. We know that the value of x is -7 minus the value of h, which is -4, and then we need to square that. And then plus k, which is the same thing as -1. So now let's go ahead and solve for a. So we have 8, which is equal to a. Okay, this becomes -7 plus 4, which becomes -3 squared minus 1. So that means it's going to be 8, which is equal to -3 squared is 9a minus 1. So if we add 1 to both sides, we get 9, which is equal to 9a. And if we divide both sides by 9, we know that a is going to equal 1. Okay, now in step number 4, okay, now that we figured out what a is, which is 1, we know what's given, that h is -4, and we know that k is now -1. So now let's go ahead and put this in our standard form. So using the standard form of a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, and so what we're doing is we want to convert this into general form. So we know that the value of a is 1, and then we have x minus the value of h, which is -4, and then we're going to square that, and then that's -1. So here we end up with x plus 4 squared minus 1. Now, if we multiply x plus 4 squared, we know it's going to be a perfect square trinomial, which is x squared plus 8x plus 16 minus 1. And so therefore we end up getting x squared plus 8x plus 15. And so therefore there is our general form, since that's what the question was asking.